Good morning, gentlemen. It's a wonderful weather. I'm back from Kazakhstan after a holiday for almost 12 days, and now I'm going to talk to you again on a little topic, and that concerns the neighbor of India, that is Pakistan. मुझे बहुत अफसोस होता है when I talk about Pakistan, because it is supposed to be something akin to India. The people of both sides of the border, that is Pakistan and India, that is in particular the Punjab state, have the same food and habits, the same language. They speak the Punjabi language, only the script is different. And yet Pakistan has become a terror state as far as the world is concerned. That's a very sad occurrence, and I'm seeing this video from the Pakistan point of view. Pakistan, I think, if I were a Pakistani, would have a legitimate grouse against India, for the simple reason that India helped in breakup of Pakistan. Pakistan was a composite state that consisted of West Pakistan and East Pakistan, and both states were following the Sharia, as well as having the same religion, that is Islam. But then, as I've noticed a number of times, Islam itself is not a unifying force. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had 57 Islamic countries if all of them believed in the same principles. Obviously, there's something amiss, and that came amiss when Bangladesh was created. Yes, India did take advantage of that situation, but the seed had been sown in 1947 by Muhammad Ali Jinnah when he declared Urdu as the state language or the national language, and Bengali, the language of East Pakistan, was consigned into the Bay of Bengal. From that time onwards, West Pakistan dominated, and a time came when they failed to give power to the East Pakistanis, that is the Bengalis, when the Awami League won the 1970 election. They had the majority, and logically Sheikh Mujib ur-Rahman should have been called to form the government, but General Yahya Khan, an instigation from Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, didn't do it, and so the seeds of separatism were sown. So Pakistan broke into two. I'll not go into that again, that's part of history. But after that, we thought Pakistan would develop, but it now went into a shell, into obscurantism. They began to look forward to their ancestors who they thought were the Turks, or rather they invented it. Actually, 99% of the Pakistanis are Hindu converts, but they wanted to think that they are from the Turkish origin or Arabian origin, while those countries are prepared to accept Pakistan as their equal in these matters. So Pakistan, gentlemen, has gone from one hill to another, and all the time they have been going downhill, and the net result is now that their economy is in shambles, and they had a one-track mind, a one-track obsession to try and do the same to India, what India had done to Pakistan in 1971, that is broken into two. They tried their level best in Punjab, failed totally, and now they have trying in Kashmir, and there also they haven't matched with success at all. There have been a few terrorist incidents instigated by them, but that's about all. The valley is peaceful, and generally the people are with India. Gentlemen, so where does Pakistan stand now? It's supposed to be a democracy. Yes, it is in a way, but that's about all. It's a country that is ruled by the army with the help of obscurantism, that is, people like the mullahs who believe in going back to the old times. It started with General Zia-ul Haq when he enforced the Hudud ordinance and brought in certain crimes which are supposed to be under the Pakistan Penal Code under the Hudud ordinance and the Islamic law, like rape and zina, and this delighted the mullahs but put Pakistan into an abyss of no return. It's very sad. Musharraf was more pragmatic, who took over in 98 after a military coup, but that's about all. He didn't have the courage to repeal the Hudud Ordinance, which still remains on the statute books. And now, Pakistan doesn't know whether it's a modern state or a medieval state, because there is now a big insurrection on in Pakistan by the Tehreek-e-Taliban, and they are out to usher in an Islamic law in Pakistan. They want the Sharia and the reversal of all the gains which Pakistan has made for the women and children, education, etc., and go back to the pristine Islam where the women were kept in the houses and the idea was only that she should bear children. That's all. The Tehreek-e-Taliban, however, is a force which cannot be written off. It's a very strong force, and they are fighting in the northwest frontier. I think tens of Pakistani soldiers have been killed, but at the same time Pakistan has realized that the main danger which they face is internally, the cancer is inside, and they're still talking of India being the danger. The Pakistan caretaker Prime Minister, Mr. Kakkar, made a very silly statement saying that we'll keep on fighting India for 300 wars. I mean, you can just imagine his thinking. It's so absurd. I thought an educated man like him would talk something sense, but he's not doing it. Not seeing the danger which Pakistan is facing from the extremist jihadi forces. And this is the creation of Pakistan itself. The Pakistanis had nurtured these snakes in their backyard, thinking they'll go and bite India. And if I remember correctly, Hillary Clinton had pointed this out in one of the conferences when she was Secretary of State and had visited Pakistan. She had said, beware of the snakes in your backyard. And that's precisely what has happened. One terror act after another have taken place in Pakistan. And Pakistan were pretty happy when the Taliban took over Afghanistan. They thought they would run Afghanistan by remote control, but they haven't been able to do anything like that. And the Afghans, I saw one of the speeches being made by the Afghan ministers on Pakistan. He promised that Pakistan will have to pay very dearly for whatever antics they have done. They don't recognize the Durand line, not at all, and they want the old areas right up to Peshawar as part of Afghanistan, and I'm sure a military clash between the two will be imminent. So, gentlemen, Pakistan faces dangers. That is the political danger, the military danger. The Chinese have come in a big way in China, in Pakistan, but that's about all you can say about them. They've invested billions of dollars and their return is zero. It's like putting money in a well and nothing going to come out of it. And the Chinese must be wondering whether they made the right investment by going whole hog in Pakistan. And the worst part is that the people of Pakistan, in particular the Baluch and the frontier people, don't want the Chinese, and many of the Chinese have been killed. And that is something which is sad. I don't support such killings, but it is there. And in one of the terrorist attacks, at least about 15 Chinese engineers were killed. There were bomb blasts in Quetta, and so many things continuing. And Afghanistan is bracing up to fight Pakistan. So Pakistan, I don't think, is in a position to fight both Pakistan and India, both Afghanistan and India. That is the point. And top it off, with Pakistan trying to bite off more than it can chew, the net result is that the economy has gone for a tailspin. Pakistan is knee-deep in debt. They don't know what to do. But still they are harping on Islamism and things like that, not bothered about the economy. And that is what bugs me. I wonder how a nation, which should be more concerned about feeding its people and increasing the per capita income, is more concerned in enforcing obscure laws like the blasphemy law, the Hudud Ordinance and all that crap. I call it crap because no other country in the world has got more than nearly 100 men on death row just for blasphemy. And no other country has about 70 to 80 people being killed in extrajudicial killings in trial courts of those people who are facing the blasphemy charges. I mean, it's all so silly, but then that's part of the game. Pakistan's economy is now in doldrums. That people who are talking that Pakistan will collapse, could break into two, possibly, but it will not be something immediate, because so long as the Pakistan army is holding the reins, I don't think they'll allow Pakistan to break up. But a war instigated against India could well trigger this. So the Pakistan army knows it cannot win the war against India, so they better be careful. And they are careful. I don't think they will. It's like going thus far and no further. So they're doing some terrorist act here and there. They don't want a full-fledged war with India because they'll be wiped out. All this talk of nuclear deterrent already got no meaning because Pakistan is so small, and a couple of nuclear bombs on Pakistan, I don't think, cease to exist. So they know it. If they want to destroy the Pakistani civilization, well, they can get into a war and nuclear exchange with India. They're not going to help them anyway. And what they're talking of, Islam and all that, is going to be put in the dustbin because they'll cease to exist. And a conventional war, Pakistan army is no match for India. They're hoping that China will come on their side. But remember, China didn't come on their side in 65, 71 and 98. They didn't come. And they're not going to come again because Chinese are very, very astute. They won't confront India in a way in which America gets a foothold in India. America is looking for a foothold in India and is resisting. So, gentlemen, the scenario as far as India is concerned is in its favor. Our economy is going up. We've got a wonderful leader in Narendra Modi. He's moving forward, taking India forward, and I think I look forward to the day when he's going to repeal the Sharia in India and bring in the uniform civil court. He's going to do it. But Pakistan had seeds of modernization which were sowed by Ayub Khan. I remember when Ayub Khan had taken over as the martial law administrator, he issued a family ordinance where it became compulsory that if you took a second wife, you had to take permission of the first wife as well as the local police. That was a very big thing. But all that gone down the drain after General Zia-ul Haq took over. He was the Mullah General. He had been it surprises me because he studied in Shimla and St. Stephen's College in Delhi, and yet he went around becoming like a mullah. But that's perhaps he wanted power, but he got blown up in a bomb attack. And that's one of the tragedies of Pakistan. Every president or prime minister or somebody, right from 1951 onwards, had either been killed, blown up, hanged, exiled. I mean, you don't name it. I don't recollect anybody who completed his full tenure. And that is something which Pakistan shouldn't be proud of. Pakistan has to look inwards, That's what the scriptures say. Look inwards so that they can see themselves in the mirror. Because the mirror alone will tell you what the truth is. And the truth is that Pakistan is now knee-deep in trouble and its viability as a state is at stake. Gentlemen, I think I'll finish now. I've given a picture about Pakistan. We had number of military coups there. I don't know there's going to be one more, but I think they better be careful because the Americans now are not really interested in supporting military coups. China also would be wary because the investment's at stake and India is progressing ahead, and Pakistan will do the biggest mistake in continuing to antagonize India. It could well mean the end of the Pakistan state. I will close now, gentlemen, and say goodbye. I wish all the best to my Pakistani brethren and hope they have a jolly good new year. But I'm afraid with the situation as it is and the political leadership in Pakistan hell-bent on committing suicide, the future appears to be very bleak. Just remember that Pakistan broke into two, not entirely because of India, but because of the actions of the political leadership led by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. You can't forget that. I'll make a video on that sometime to tell the antics of Bhutto. Okay, gentlemen, goodbye. I hope you like my channel. Please share it to your friends. Come back for more. As I've already told you, I'm a good captain from the Indian Air Force. And I have also been senior vice president of various big conglomerates, big industrial outputs, as well as served as a director in the United Nations organization. I'm enjoying myself. I remain a corporate advisor, and I'm a writer also. I've written over 20 books, and most of them are available on Amazon and Flipkart. So if you like, my name is there. You look forward to buy those books. They're novels, stories. They'll take you to the dream world. Okay, gentlemen, goodbye, and God bless. Jai Hind, lastly.